Hi, welcome to another video from Ektos Health. Today we are going to show how the laboratory module works. So during the prescription, the doctor recommended the patient to have three tests done. So each of these three tests will be created in the laboratory module as you see here with the entry that needs to be updated to create a generate report out of it. So I will show one of these fasting blood sugar as well as complete blood count report. So you enter the sample ID, you enter the conclusion, which is diabetic monitoring status, or if it's anything else, you can search from the SNOMED code and select specific SNOMED code. Enter the sample date and the value for the fasting blood glucose or whatever test you have, and then click on generate report. Now, I said in here that positive test shows for diabetes and other blood count report that you will add will be shown here, and this report can be generated and printed for the patient to be taken as a hard copy, or you can also email them. That will be showing is the complete blood count. In this complete blood count report, you will have a bunch of other parameters. So for here, the same blood count report, the hospital should define a set of parameters that they want to generate the patient report on, and each of the patient report will have those values entered by the lab technician. And in the notes, they can enter any other specific notes that they want to generate. Now, when I click on generate here, the report gets generated with the values that I've populated in this section here. As well as some general clinical notes that you can add from your side as required. So this is the complete blood count report for the patient with sample date, ID, etc. And based on that, again, you can print or download as required. This is how the lab modules work. And now the status of this report will be completed and it doesn't have the generate option. So here I would like to show in the master data how we have created the pathology module in which you have all the fasting, complete blood count reports, etc., that you can view. If I click on it, you will see the details and the parameters that you would like to populate, as well as the clinical notes. And same for the fasting blood sugar and iron studies as well. So you can add your own notes interpretation here, and at the time of the report generation, these values will be populated. User can also change and edit this field accordingly, and that's what you will see on the generated report. So that's how these reports get configured. Okay, so this was the lab module. In the diagnostic module, we have similar diagnostic module functionality where you can book a walk-in or an appointment-based diagnostic view and select the department as whichever diagnostic lab that you have. And you can have an MRI, CT scan, etc. Select the specific MRI, CT scan report and search for the patient. So let's say I search for the same patient again. And when I click on the patient details, I just go back and look at any previous areas of scan, etc. These are customizable questions in the basic details and billing items that you can configure from your side. You can add additional CD-ROM and billing items that you require, and the total of these additional items plus the services will give you the total amount as you can see here. The user can add a percentage discount in the appointment as required, and finally book an appointment. Now, once the appointment is booked, it comes to the billing and all of these together, the amount that was. So here we accept the cash payment and click on accept payment. Now the user will be able to fill in the declaration. Now in the diagnostic man, the patient will, when they have paid and have generated a temporary token number for them, they have to fill in the declaration. Note that it also updates the in time and the estimated time to see the doctor. Once I click on the declaration and fill the safety questions and everything. So here I've entered all of the safety questions and you ask for any other questions that you have. Uh, Confirm the billing items to the patient, the chief complaint. So what are they looking to get treatment on? This is from the point of view of the patient. Um, and then I've add any medical surgical history done before. So, so you can talk about like headaches, and that's why the patient wants to see um, the doctor, so they can talk about sinus headache, sinus pressure, and past history not applicable. And we move to the next screen. In the allergies, we say there's no known allergies. And in the medication as well, we add any other medication that is being taken by the patient. If not, then we just leave it blank and go to the next one. In the patient signature, we generate a PDF version of the whole information that we just collected from the patient, ask them to sign on this digital copy, and same here as well. Once it's signed by the patient or their guardian, the consent come undertaking as well as the form for PDF generation will then be saved. Now, once a patient has updated the declaration and completed the signature, they can upload any other um, file that they would like to upload, and a nurse gets assigned. So once this nurse is assigned, it approves the declaration to be sent further to the doctor for review, and we can then assume that this appointment will then be approved successfully, and we can then close the appointment to move to the next step. The next step here will be for appointment 859. If I see, it will not be seen anywhere in the upcoming one, but it will go in the nurse section now with the status queued, because the nurse has completed the work, and now it is for the further technician to start the work for scanning. So the generate report button comes up. Now this generate report button, when clicked on it, so the comments are added and the declaration and the assigned nurse gets assigned. Uh, the user checks that the declaration is correctly updated based on what chief complaint, any history or details provided by the user for any allergies, medication, etc. So the doctor is also able to view the same. Now, when we add these comments, it then asks to save and submit to the doctor. So I'm going to submit to the doctor as the next step. And now it comes to the generate report page for the doctor. So if we come here and now in the doctor section, we will see the report being generated, and it also updates its estimated time accordingly. Now, once this report is ready to be generated, you click on the report as a doctor, and now you can see there are three tests that is being done. So you can generate report manually for all, or you can generate a common report for all three of them by selecting all. And then I can update my comments. You can add the different fields here and populate their value, or you can just upload and generate a report. Yeah. So this has generated a report based on the information that was already there. And I add this comment, click on scanning, and now I generate a selected one. And you will see that my template as well as a Word document that's been uploaded here will then. Okay, so this is the medical report which gets generated after diagnostic is complete. Yeah, so this is how the medical report would look like. And when you generate, you will follow the templates that we have in the system for generating the medical reports. But feel free to add your own. Then you can print it multiple times. You can go back, and this will send a notification to the patient as well that the diagnostic report is ready for them to review. That's all for this video, in which we covered both lab and diagnostic module and how they work. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.